To those of you who are still planning to storm Area 51 on September 20th, I want you to listen to me and watch this video very carefully. Now, recently, the guy that created the page and event came out to the public and revealed that it was all just satire, a joke. He didn't think anyone would take it seriously, but suddenly it took off and went viral. The man is definitely afraid for the lives of the people that are going to be going, as well as having the FBI knocking down his door. Now, I know that doesn't perturb some of you. Some of you are still planning on going. The various hotels and places you could stay at around Area 51 are fully booked up, all for people that are getting ready to do this. Well, before you do, as I said, I'd like you to think about something very seriously here. You see, some of you are thinking that they couldn't possibly shoot you all. They couldn't possibly take you all. Well, it's very foolish if you think that you can pull off an anime move and somehow survive. You want to try doing that? Show me you can do a Kamehameha wave on camera before you go. No special effects, no CGI. Just show me if you can do that first. If you can, I'm impressed, but I still wouldn't recommend you going. And some of you are actually thinking that they'll use non-lethal weaponry, like the LRAD, a sonic cannon, or a microwave gun, which will make you feel like you're getting a sunburn all over, even through your clothing. Yeah, that's if they want to go non-lethal, but they already have authorization to shoot you on sight and use lethal force. But see, there's something worse than non-lethal force to persuade you guys not to come on. And in my opinion, there's something even worse than death. Now, if you guys have been checking out the news lately, have you heard about the various detention camps for refugees and immigrants across the borders? It's absolutely horrid conditions. Hundreds of people stocked up in places that aren't made for that many people. No soap, no toothpaste, not allowed to shower for at least 40 days. And then, of course, what they do to the kids. I mean, they separate kids. They don't, they barely give them any diapers at all. They don't do anything to actually care for them. They don't really take care of these people because they don't see them as people. They see them as less than human beings, simply because of the color of their skin and the fact they're coming from somewhere else. And take a look at the news. You'll also hear things like there are hundreds of immigrants that were found in a mass grave, and the Border Patrol don't think they did anything wrong because they don't see these people as human. Then there are the hundreds of thousands of kids that are either lost or abused in the system because someone said that they're not human, because they're not American. Recently, President Donald Trump said, if you do not like this country, then leave. This should be a warning sign, guys. Especially when you take a look at what he's done to LGBTQ protection, stripping back environmental protection, essentially letting our kids and grandkids grow up in a world that's going to be hell. Not doing anything against pesticides that have been proven to show that they actually create cancer cells or brain damage in children. You got to look at the possibility of cruelty under the white nationalism banners. Why am I saying this? It's quite simple. Because if you guys go to Area 51 with the intention of running in there to see them aliens, then you're in big trouble. Because if you're not burned alive or blasted with a sound cannon, if you are not gunned down with machine gun fire or missiles, then you run the risk of being incarcerated. But the thing is, if you take a look at the detention camps, these are people who legally came from one country to another to seek asylum, and they're still being treated like crap. Here's the problem. The second you cross that imaginary line, our administration can say that effectively you are worse than trespassing, which alone is worse than death. But effectively, you have no respect for the laws of this country, which makes you a traitor, which makes you dangerous, and in the eyes of this administration, less than an American citizen. So please check out the stories about ICE detention centers, because chances are if you go there and you survive, you will be put in one very similar, with similar conditions, very few beds if anything, forced to lay down on hard concrete. The lights are on 24/7 so you can't even sleep. Not able to shower, not able to wash your mouth, brush your teeth, not able to get anything for hygiene. If you're sick, well, if you're sick or anyone else is, everyone in your cell block is going to be sick. There's also the talk of sexual abuse. And there's talk about people going missing and no one knowing where they go. Being separated from your families and never seen again. Because you will be seen as less than American, which would be meaning less than human. You will be seen as traitors. You made a choice to do this. And these days, you might also hear people saying, well, if you do something stupid, you made your choice, now suffer the consequences. Which translates to, if you're dumb enough to do it, then you're not my responsibility. People are fighting to get people out of ICE detention centers, but less people will be fighting to free you because of your dumbass choice. When I first heard about this event, I was worried because a few years ago I wrote a book, and I cited this as a possibility of something we need to do, the courage of something like this. But I specifically said, don't do this. I'm just using it as an example. I heard that since this is a joke and that the creator of the event rather, never heard of my book, then I started easing up a bit. That doesn't mean I want anybody else to suffer or die for their stupidity. I'm telling you guys, don't do this. I don't want to see anyone suffer. I don't want to see anyone killed. And I sure as hell don't want to see someone dehumanized and put in something similar to an ICE detention center or Abu Ghraib. This is one of the only warnings you're probably ever going to get, guys. Don't do it.